Good morning. Today is Friday, the 28th of Nisan. The 28th of Nisan is in Lubavitch is an important day in this last generation. This is when the Rebbe spoke the famous Sikha in 1991. And the Rebbe said, "Ihr tut alles, was ihr kennt, do everything what you can to bring Mashiach." The Rebbe said, "I did everything what I could. I give it over to you." But the Rebbe gives it over to us, to each and every one of us. And we need to do everything we can to bring Mashiach. What we're doing now is also part of it. Learning the Tanya, learning how to serve Hashem properly, to share the Tanya, share it with our friends. So we do everything what we can. And let's hope Mitzvah Hashem will be able to see it in reality. So today we begin chapter 44 in the Tanya. And in chapter 44, the Alter Rebbe continues to explain the different levels of love to Hashem. How much do you love God? What is the different ways, different levels in love of God? So in last chapter, as you remember, we discussed about there is the fear of God and there is the love of God. Both are necessary. To love Hashem is when you do like a child does for a father. To fear Hashem is you serve Hashem like a servant. Love is more about yourself. Fear is about something else and with someone else in a higher level. And there's different levels of fear and different levels of love. So the different levels of fear, we said the ira tata, ira ilah, the lower level of fear, the higher level of fear. And we have the lower level of love and the higher level of love. He calls it the ahavat olam and ahava rabbah. Ahavat olam is the love that comes from olam, means the world. It basically is a love that comes as a result from understanding the greatness of Hashem, how Hashem creates everything, and everything comes from Hashem. And there is different levels. And you have ahava rabbah, the great love. That is a love that's not something you can achieve on your own. It is something that is given to you as a gift. And we explained the difference also. You have, when you love, the ahavat olam is a love that is a fiery love. The more you meditate, the more you understand, the more you get a feeling that you want to get it. You want to reach a certain place. It's like a passionate love, which is like two people that are in love and they want each other because they don't have each other. They're not together. They want to be together. This is the love that keeps burning like a fire. And then you have the love, like ahava rabbah, a love that is, they call it a love in delight. A love in delight means it is a love that's something you already achieved. You have it. It's not something you have to reach out. It's something that you have already. It's like a love between siblings, for example. It's a love, the love is there. And when we're talking about the love between us and Hashem, the ahava rabbah, this higher level of love, he said, is something that you can, Hashem gives as a gift after a person worked on himself with completing his work on fear of Hashem, to understand, to contemplate the greatness of Hashem. And that after a person reaches that level, he can receive as a gift that special love in his heart to Hashem. And in chapter 44, the Alter Rebbe is going to explain that there are different, within these two levels of love, they're subdivided to many different levels. Not every person reaches the same place. People are created differently. It says, and the Gemara says that God created Adam, unlike a person, a craftsman that creates, if he wants to create many items similar, he would make one mold, and if from this mold, you would create exactly the same item, you would multiply the item. But Hashem, when he created Adam with the mold of a man. But from Adam, Hashem constantly creates the multiple of men, of the humans, and not a single one is identical to the other. As it says, "Kashem she'ein partzafeim shoynos, kach ein le'yeseim shoynos." Just like their face are not identical, the same thing, their knowledge, their understanding are not identical. You can't expect people to think the same way. Everyone has their own unique way of understanding, their own unique way of connecting. So the same way, when we're talking about the love of Hashem, everyone is connected to God and creates and develops a unique way of loving Hashem. But of course, it has to be based on the Torah. I just mentioned yesterday, there was a person I come, I put on tefillin with him from time to time, but this person, he's very far from observing, keeping kosher, keeping Shabbos, forget about it. But one thing, I was very impressed when I put on the tefillin, went to put on the tefillin, the tefillin has the straps. And this person, for some reason, whenever this strap that I put on, if it touches the floor, he goes crazy. No, he lifts it up and says, can't touch the floor. That's how much respect he has for the tefillin, even though that person is not religious at all. He's far from being completely religious. So in a way, that person, his love to Hashem is expressed in this way, in caring for the tefillin, to respect the tefillin properly. So let's see inside in chapter 44 in the Tanya. Says the Alter Rebbe, Vehine, kol madregas ava mibeis madregas elu, ava rabba ve'avas oilam, נחלקס לכמה בכינס מדרגס לאנקץ כל אחד לפום שיעור דילי. Says each of the two grades of love that we just explained, the Ahava Rabbah, the great love, that which Hashem gives as a gift after you completed your work in serving Hashem and with fear of Hashem. And then Ahavas Oilam is the love of the world by contemplating and meditating on the greatness of Hashem in the world. So each of these two grades is subdivided into limitless shades and gradations in each individual according to his spiritual capacity. As it is written in the Holy Zohar, and the verse, this is the verse that we say every Friday night from the Eishes Chayil. We say, Noida Basha'arim Baila, her husband, is known in the gates. What does that mean? So the Zohar explains that the husband refers to God. It says that this, Da Kucha Brichu, this refers to the Holy One, blessed be He. is called the husband. He says so-called, since he is the husband of the congregation of Israel. The metaphor of Hashem and the Jewish people. Hashem is, so to speak, the husband, and we are the wife. So what does it mean that the husband is known in the gates? Says the Zohar. The EU is siyada ve'izdabak lekol chad lefum ma de meshaer belibay. The word noida means known. Basharim is the gates, but the word basharim has also meaning of sha'ar means a gate, and shio means an estimation, a measure. So the Zohar says that this verse tells us that the husband is known meaning connected to us in the gates, in the many, many different gates, many different estimations, that each one according to his or her estimation and measure, they are connected with Hashem, who makes himself known and attaches himself to everyone according to the extent which one measures in one's heart. Thus, it says two individuals may have the same general level of love of God, yet the particular individual levels of love will differ. And therefore, says the Alter Rebbe, Nikroim dechilu urechimu hanistoros laHashem Elokeinu. Therefore, fear and love are called the secret things known to the Lord our God. Fear and love is something that only Hashem knows. We don't know the degree, the level of fear and love that is in another Jew. There's one thing that is in common to all of us. That is the Torah and mitzvahs. Torah and mitzvahs, we all keep the same Torah and we all do the same mitzvah or mitzvahs. The Torah mitzvahs heina nigleis lanu levaneinu laseis chulu. While the Torah and mitzvahs are those things which are revealed to us and to our children to do. What is revealed to do? What we need to do, that is equal by everyone. Because we have all one Torah and one law. Insofar as the fulfillment of all the Torah mitzvahs in actual performance is concerned. So in actual performance, we all Jews perform the exact same mitzvahs. We put on the same tefillin, we eat the same matzah, we shake the same lulav. It is otherwise with the fear and love, which vary according to the knowledge of God in the mind and the heart. Kanis Kaleel as mentioned above, that each person is different in their level of love and fear. So basically, Alter Rebbe explained that you have these two levels. You have the Ahava Rabbah, and you have the Ahavat Olam, the great love and the love that comes from the world. Now comes the Alter Rebbe and says that there is yet a different level of love, which is in a way a combination of both, a hybrid love, which has both the Ahava Rabbah and the Ahavat Olam. It has the gifted love that we have that we were gifted from our ancestors, and in the same time, that gifted love that we have, we need to work on it by meditating on this. What is this love? So this is what the Alter Rebbe is going to say now. He introduces us to a different type of love. Says the Alter Rebbe, Ach achasi ahava kelula mikol bechinois umadrigois ahava rabba ve ahava seira. Yet there is one singular and unique love which incorporates something of all the distinctions and gradations of both Ahava Rabba and Ahavas Olam. Ve'ishava l'chol nefesh miYisrael, and this is found equally in every Jewish soul. V'yerusha lanu me'aveiseinu, as our inheritance from our patriarchs. So that itself already tells you that this is a gifted love, something that we got as an inheritance from our patriarchs. Says the Alter Rebbe, what is that love? V'hainu ma shekosav hazoyer al pasuk, nafshi ivisicha balayla v'goyma. And that is what the Zohar says in the verse. My soul, I desire you at night. This is a verse in Yeshaya and Isaiah 26. So that verse says, my soul, I desire you at night. Now this word, this sentence really has a grammatical problem. Because if you're saying to Hashem, let's say, nafshi ivisicha balayla, my soul, you can say my soul desires you. Or you can say, I desire you. Here it says, my soul, I desire you. Nafshi ivisicha. Nafshi means my soul. Ivisicha, I desire you. In Hebrew, if you want to say my soul desires you, you would say, nafshi ivsicha balayla. My soul desires you at night. So what does it mean, my soul, I desire you? So the Alter Rebbe explains what the Zohar says. That here, when we're saying nafshi, my soul, you put a comma after the first word nafshi. And the first word nafshi is referring to Hashem. You're turning to God and you say, God, you are nafshi. You are my soul. You are my life. And that is why I desire you. Now it makes sense. Because you're talking to Hashem. Say, nafshi, Hashem, you are my soul. Ivisicha, I desire you. When? Balayla, at night. And we're going to explain why is it at night that I desire Hashem. Says the Alter Rebbe. Continues the explanation of the Zohar. Says the Yarchim lekutsha brichu echemusa de nafsha. One should love God with a love of the soul, verucha, and a love of the spirit. Kemo deizdapku ilein begufa, vegufa rochim loin v'chol. As they are attached to the body, and the body loves them. Meaning that just like a person loves his life, loves his soul, so too we should love God. That is the exact love, the type of love we should love Hashem. Loving Hashem because we know and we understand that Hashem is our life. And this is the meaning, the interpretation of the verse, my soul, I desire you. Which means to say, means to say that since you, God, are my true soul and life, therefore I desire you. Pirush shani misave v'soev lecho ka'adam amisave lechaye nafshay. Which means, that is to say, I long and yearn for you, like a man who craves the life of his soul. Now, when does a person crave the life of the soul? When you walk around during the day, are you thinking about, oh, I